Let me share this example. I remember when we were friends, like we had started getting to know each other. Like let's say after that, exchanging phone contact, then we start, oh, how are you? How are you? And it was my birthday. I was like, then I received it. Of course, I got many messages, but you texted me. We were friends then, and you were like, I love you more than you can imagine. Immediately, I was like,
something moved in you.
Something moved in.
I remember you went to tell your friend that.
I went to tell my friend.
Imagine this guy just really said this to me.
Can you imagine he said that to me? You know, it wasn't anything. It was simply one sentence.
But it's also because perhaps you also like the guy.
I knew, you know.
Now some people get angry, so guys don't tell ladies like that. Some ladies can be very pissed off and
when
shoot your shot, man. You never know.
Please, if you didn't, maybe I would have been.
I shot my shot, you know. I never knew, but now I know. Hello and welcome to my Growth Club. My name is Emmanuel.
And my name is Lady Grace.
And we are your partner in growth and effective living. If today is the first time you are tuning in, welcome. Again, please go ahead and subscribe. This is a place that will challenge you to grow. And if you've always been watching us, thank you from the bottom of our heart. We really appreciate you being here. But if you still have not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right this moment. Today we're going to talk about beyond roommate, how we all can escape, this crazy syndrome, and how we can reignite passion as a couple and make our love relationships, very different and better. So stick around, don't go anywhere. And the reason why this topic is important is because many of us know that our brains get bored, and sometimes I think one of the questions someone has asked me before, he said, how long have you known your wife? And I said, we've been in a relationship for about 11 years.
Yeah.
And we've been married for about 7 years. In fact, more than 7 years now.
Yeah.
And at that time it was 6 years. So it was like 10-6. And the person said, don't you ever get bored?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, well, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever been bored in my marriage. I don't think I've ever been bored. Maybe because
can you be bored with?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people marry and they really get bored, and some people are afraid that they will be bored, but stick around. We're going to be talking about that. And I think we're going to be sharing 5 key insights today that will help all of you.
Yeah.
If you've been following our discussions, one of the things that we have shared before is the importance of growth. The reason why you have to grow, because if you don't grow, everything else around you is changing. And so you have to change. If you don't change for the better. So growth is changing for the better. Basically, becoming a better person, knowing better things, and being a better person. And so if you don't grow, everything around you is changing. And that will mean that you are changing for the worse, even if you're not conscious, of it. So I think the key insight, the first one that we will share, is that when you stay the same, you are actually growing apart.
Yeah.
If you fail to grow together, you are growing apart. That is the way it is.
Yeah.
It's like we talked about money the last time. Think about it the same way. Money loses value
over time
if you just let it be
just
there.
set it in your account or under your pillow.
You may say, well, but then why don't you, it will appreciate and you'll get more money. Yeah, sometimes it does. But in reality, it doesn't. A lot of times, inflation will swallow it up. The reason why it's so is because as the money moves or as things move, it gains in value. See that? So the real thing is about movement. It's about change. As it's changing from one person to the other, it's increasing in value because people are using it for something else, something better. And so that is the same thing with us as humans. When we fail to grow, we grow apart. As a couple, you cannot say, well, this is all that I think. This is the way I feel. This is me. This is me.
But you've always known that that's how I've been. What has changed?
People say that a lot.
And why didn't you complain about it before?
Yeah, because I've always been like this.
Yeah.
Well, things change. So change. That's the point.
Yeah.
And so couples that fail to grow together often grow apart. Can I say this again? Couples that fail to grow together, they grow apart. And so the number one thing that will help us escape this roommate syndrome is we make effort to grow together. In my family, I'll share with you our Notion system. We've kind of put in place a lot of things that will help us grow together, that will help us work together and develop together. And if you see our Notion system right on the screen right this moment, you will notice, I'm so sorry if you're just listening to us on the podcast, audio podcast. Always go to YouTube and you see some of these images. But our Notion system is our way of bringing everything together. And the reason why we've done that, I've said, because I want my family to grow together. I want our kids to grow together. It's going to be one of the things that I buy for them. I buy a tablet with our Notion, perhaps maybe another system will come, but I love Notion anyway. Notion, this is free marketing for you guys. And you can get our Notion systems also in the description down below. And we have put all of that in there, from our values, our principles, our plans, our financial system,
our goals,
everything. We work there. In fact, our ministries, we manage them there. We make effort
to grow together.
We have a spiritual system that we study the Bible together. In the past, we wanted to sit down and do it. We realized it wasn't possible. We have different schedules. So what we did was we use systems like digital systems to make our collaboration better. So before we record, for instance, she goes into our Notion system and she already can see what we will be talking about. We've already planned them. She can see them. And whilst I make notes, she's able to make contributions and comment on them. The whole idea behind some of these things is because we want to grow together. We have a part where we have shared resources that we are learning together. I'll be sharing some of them on the screen right now. You see the books every month. There is a book we are reading or listening on audiobook together. And we talk about it sometimes on a Friday night when we have a couples dinner. It doesn't have to be complicated. I get it. Oh, I'm busy. You can really do this. You don't need to just sit and do it all together. You can do it digitally, virtually. And then when you have the time, maybe once a week, you sit and you discuss some of the things that you picked up from the book you learned. And then on Saturdays, we have what we call Family Skills Share, where we have a calendar where we share things. So sometimes instead of talking over each other or fighting over some things that are unnecessary, we put them as topics so that we can learn in the Family Skills Share. So there's a time where I would teach on maybe money or something, and there'll be a time my wife would teach about, let's say, food, cooking, and
why do you mention just food?
I just mentioned one for everyone. Okay, give me something to say, because that's what she likes teaching about.
Intelligence before. I did.
Okay, my bad. I take it back. And then she just makes, talks about those things, and she will make a presentation on that as a family. Like, we're not too big yet, but when our kids grow, we want them to be part of this tradition.
If we leave them nothing at all, our Notion system, it will change their life. Legacy.
If I die today, I'm not dying. But if I die today,
you can die now.
My plans, my
together.
books that I'm working on, almost everything is in one system, and everybody can see it. Our ministries, our organizations, whatever it is that we're doing, are all in one place. And this is one of the things that we're doing to grow together. We're doing Bible study together. Like I showed you, we have monthly learnings together. We meet to discuss them. We are planning together. We are resolving conflict together in one good system. I think as a couple, you can do the same. If you want that, please go ahead. If not, find anything that will let you just work together, learn together, be better together. And that will be one of the most important things you can do for yourself. You want to share the second thing?
I think that's important. Maybe a couple listening to us is saying, okay, we don't live together, right? How do we even collaborate? That's why you need to get our Notion system. Some of these digital system will help you because, of course, everybody's dynamics will be different. Any system, it can can be Google Sheets, anything that you can collaborate better, anything at all.
It could just even be a sheet of paper if that's what you want.
Exactly.
Why not? And you can also get our journal. Our journal also has that if you want it. But
that's something that gets you growing every day. Good analogy for people to know that they've grown over time is, if you have a little kid like our baby Caris, and then Caris remains the same way she is, like as the years go by, Caris is still the same.
Yeah.
Nothing is changing. We will get concerned.
Right.
And that's what we have to look at. That's because years are passing, things are evolving. She has to start crawling. She has to start walking. She has to start talking.
Right.
If you don't see some of those things, then you know that, oh no, there's something wrong somewhere.
Wrong.
And that is how we can put in perspective for our own lives. I cannot be, because things have evolved, I cannot be the same way I was when we were in university. I need to make deliberate efforts to grow over time, right?
And, when we talk about growth, we have to clarify that, of course, sometimes a lot of couples grow in weight, but they don't grow in other areas.
Yeah.
So we have to clarify that when we talk about growth, we're not talking about growing in weight or in size. We're talking about growth in terms of in your health, and we have our effective living model that will be on the screen right now, in terms of your finances, in terms of your relationships, in terms of your personal relationships, your family relationship, your spiritual relationships. That's where we capture ours. And growth in terms of your work and your impact.
Yeah.
So we have a system that brings all of it together, right? That's what we've been talking about, the Notion system. But maybe you want to have a different system, go ahead and use them, but be committed to growth. If you're not growing together, you will be growing apart. Check it. Make sure you are growing spiritually together, growing in your relationship, like we just shared right now. Learn together. Put together things that will enable both of you to grow together and grow in your finances, grow in your health,
your emotions.
Get better. That's what growth is about. Because if you don't, you will grow apart.
So the second insight I will share is that effort, no matter how little, is what builds connections, right?
Yeah, that's very profound.
Imagine you go to a gathering for and then someone is sitting by you and you say, oh, hi.
Hi.
My name is Grace. What's your name?
A hi.
It's just a hi.
That's how it begins.
And then the person says, oh, I'm also this. You just get chatting and you exchange contacts.
Right.
It ends there. Maybe you don't check up on the person. No connection is built. Maybe you never meet the person at any point in your life. Even if you meet the person, maybe at the workplace, it's like a workplace guy, you'll be like, oh, and then that's nothing is built, right? But just assume that you exchange numbers and the next morning you were like, oh, it was so pleasant meeting you.
Right.
The person responds back.
Yeah.
Maybe a week later, you check up. So gradually,
the little effort,
person,
you don't see, but the little effort,
the person's
I'm telling you,
the person is on your thoughts as well. So it just took a little effort.
That's true.
When it comes to relationship, I'll talk about 3 things that I think we can make little efforts towards.
Yeah.
Number 1 is even sexuality, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when kids come in,
it's a mess.
It's a mess.
You're tired.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to put the baby to sleep. And then you realize it's 1 a.m., right?
Yeah.
And gradually, sexual connections are dying off.
Exactly.
You need to be able to.
The woman is tired. The man says, okay, if you're tired, me too, I'm tired.
Then gradually, maybe a couple that started being so fun with each other, trying, new things.
That connection
even when it comes to their sexuality, it just starts dying and fading away over time, right? Sometimes it's just taking, maybe we are going to put the children to sleep. You can just set an alarm so that you will wake up because the body is tired. Yeah. So being aware of that is what matters. The next thing I'll talk about is making little effort in terms of gifts. I've met a guy who said, my love language is not giving gifts or not even receiving, so I don't really care. But sometimes
the little things,
it doesn't matter if the act of kindness, your wife or your husband does not need to say that I don't like gifts. It's the thought, because if you don't do it and somebody else does it for them, they are like, oh.
I think the effort is what people like. Yeah. The effort is what makes you feel, oh, you thought about me.
You thought about me.
Like you did. I like the example you gave with the text message, because if I never texted, means that I never thought about you. But if I did text, it's like, oh, he thought about me. And for many people, this is what how love begins. Yeah. It's almost like someone had you in mind?
Let me share this example. I remember when we were friends, like we had started getting to know each other. Like let's say after that, exchanging phone contact, then we start, oh, how are you? How are you? And it was my birthday. I was like, then I received it. Of course, I got many messages, but you tested me. We were friends then, and you were like, I love you more than you can imagine. Immediately, I was like,
something moved in you.
Something moved in.
I remember you went to tell your friend that.
I went to tell my friend. I was
Imagine
like,
this guy just really said this to me.
Can you imagine he said that to me? You know, it wasn't anything. It was simply one sentence.
But it's also because perhaps you also like the guy.
I knew, you know.
Now some people get angry, so guys don't go telling ladies like that. Some ladies can be very pissed off, and
when
shoot your shot, man. You never know.
Please, if you didn't, maybe I would have been.
I shot my shot, you know. I never knew, but now I know.
It took those test messages. A guy would say, "Oh, me, I'm not romantic. I don't use romantic with little effort."
The little effort.
Just say, "I love you." Yeah. Some couples, after 2-3 years in marriage, right? They just say, I even think marriage is overrated because they stopped just making little efforts towards things, towards their sexuality, towards being, deliberate in terms of gifts. Another area, the third thing I would share is making time for the little things. Yeah. Sometimes for us, for example, like you were showing our Notion system, we have it embedded because we know that little effort is what build connection. We've embedded date night because we are all busy. We have different schedules. We have so many things going on. But on weekends, on Friday nights, on Saturday nights, we are making effort.
Sometimes it's not even a lot.
It's not a lot. Just watch a movie together. Just take a walk.
Yeah, and people say, oh, now maybe they're not in the country. Listen, if you use Apple, I think Android should be using this. But you have FaceTime allows you to share your screen, even no matter where you are, and watch a movie together. Yeah. So you can actually watch movies together, even if you're not together, really. Yeah. Those efforts, they don't have to be too... I think many people hear this, even when people see our notions, it's like, how did you... We don't really... For instance, our Bible study is 365 days. Now, building it for the first time was the hard part. Yeah. Like, if you are watching, you don't need to build it. You just buy it. Yeah. It's not even free. It's not even expensive. So you buy it, and it means that you can just easily use it, right? So there are many things that you don't need to worry about. How do I... And life is not that complicated.
I think we exaggerate things in our minds. It's like we are looking for a particular
to do this.
special time. And that's why some couples, when their connection is broken, they think they can fix it with one vacation.
Yeah, because they think that if they had one vacation and then they feel they're alive again, and then boom, all of a sudden it goes down. Build those love moments into your schedule.
That's true.
The little things, like you were saying, that makes a lot of effort. And I'm going to share the third one, which is the third insight, which is love changes. Even if it doesn't die.
Oh, I love this one.
It will change.
Yes.
Love changes, So there's a part of the scripture that I love, which Jesus tells the church that remember your first love. And I'm like, okay, first love? It means there is a first love, and there is the kind of love you're having. Yeah. It means that some people say, oh, I still love him. Yes, but the love you love right now, or the kind of love you have for the person right now, is not the same. Yeah. As you started. Yeah. So here is what we will say. Remember your first love.
Yeah, that's deep.
That is one of the ways to make sure that you can ignite this love. Stop telling yourself that, but I still love him.
I still love him.
Yeah, but remember those moments where you will want to hear from him. Yeah. Or you want to hear from her. Yeah. Remember those moments where...
Good number one.
You will go and cook. You remember those days where you can stay on the phone. Remember that. And now charge what this moment is and how you feel.
The little butterflies we used to feel in our tummy.
Remember those moments where, like back on campus, I will escort you to Pent, and it was quite a distance, and I will have to walk all the way from Pentagon to Elizabeth Seahall alone, sometimes around 2 a.m. and I'm seeing snakes all over.
What love can do.
I'll still do it again the next day. So just like the human being evolves, love evolves with us. Yeah. Just like the human being changes, love changes. Yeah. Love will change. And you want to make sure it's changing for the better. In other words, it's growing, it's getting better.
It's getting better.
And it's not getting worse. In other words, you're not losing the kind of love you have for your spouse. And it can easily, like, there's some things that can choke love. There's some things that can kill love. A lot of times your work, stress, they will kill
financial
love. They will choke love. I'm telling you, it's like, yeah, I still love him, but yeah, I still love him. And that is why if you have not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do so.
Please hit the button.
We just talked about how you can actually fix the money problem, because that helps. Those things choke love. A lot of issues are not just like, so, you can tell the love is changing. Your love for the person is changing, but you can really figure out, just because the love has not died, you think you're fine. You're not. It will die if you don't do something about it. That's the truth. If you don't change the course upwards, it will die. It will go down and it will crash. And before you realize, the roommate, you're no more even roommate. Now, now love has changed, so you're a roommate. But now you will not be roommate. I promise you. Whoever is the landlord will evict the other one.
I know.
Mostly, I don't know. Maybe the man will leave. I don't know who will leave. So we can fix that. And the way to fix that is to remember your first love. Remember that love. Remember those moments where you will go to the market and you will buy something and you can't wait for him to come. Remember those moments where you are like, I've missed you. Or remember those moments where I just wanted to see you. Remember those moments where you will fly to go and see the person and even can fly back.
Oh my goodness. Like the way you were walking hours to take me to,
sometimes I will go and, study with you in 24 hours and I don't have a people, but I'm just around. Remember that, because you'll realize that love will change. Those moments where you want to hold her back, but now
open the door.
Now you hate every moment where she has to give you her bag. You hate it.
Why should I hold your bag?
Remember that.
Because of those things. Just because of the things that choke love. I think one thing I want to say with this point is we should see love like a flower.
Yeah.
If I give you a flower right now, remember the flower you bought for me on my birthday? Because I
and it was expensive, man.
Natural flower.
Now, that was the first time. This is not like currently, but some time ago. It was the first time I
gotten a natural flower.
I didn't know that a thing can die.
Oh my God.
And we were talking about the story another time. And she didn't keep the flower well, and the flower died in a few days. I was like, do you know how much I bought the flower? Man!
Oh my goodness. And
we see things in movies and I had no idea the flowers died.
Just being, oh baby, that's for you. And it just died.
She kept it by the bed and the thing died. So another time we'll talk about that.
That's how we should analogize love too. If I give you a flower like you did give me and it doesn't, we don't feed it with water or give it some soil, it just dies.
It dies.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's how our love can die. And the fourth point is that love can die.
Yeah.
It's not just diminishing. It can actually die.
Yeah.
So we need to put away the things that kills love.
Yeah.
There are so many things, like we talked about a money problem. Money, financial stress can actually kill your love.
Yeah.
Sometimes
problems.
Sometimes unspoken resentments.
Yeah.
Sometimes a spouse may have hurt the other, right? And they will just not let it go. Sometimes some people can't even forgive their spouse for making certain business decisions that put them into a particular situation. And then it keeps building on. It keeps building on. Some people decide not to talk about it. They use makeup sex or whatever. And then they just keep, and then day after day, things are piling up. And then one day when it bursts out, it's like, oh,
it's always been there.
Things have been bottled up.
Yeah, I think when you go to the therapy, that's when you begin to realize that people have
especially when they give the paper that writes out all the things, and people will just.
That's when people. In fact, when people even just talk about their issues. I mean, we've done counseling. That's when you realize, especially when you separate them. That's when you hear stuff like people keep things a lot in them.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very good point, and they never really talk about it. They never really mention it. They will say, okay, it's as though it's fine, it's there, but it's like, I like the fact that you talked about resentment. And sometimes too, unnecessary issues, like having a problem with almost everything. It kills love.
Oh, yeah.
No one wants you to have a problem with them. No one wants it. And so, but it's one of the most common.
Yeah.
Because you can live with people without having a problem means things are not going my way. And there are two people who both have their own way of doing things. And so it's a very common thing to have problems.
Yeah.
As in one person having a problem. But I've noticed two things in life, actually. The first one is that oftentimes the people who have a lot of problem are the people who are the loudest. You know, it's almost like, so you didn't. And they actually think that they are right. They have no problem. Because when you have problem, you take power.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And so
the people who have
those who don't have problems are the ones who suffer the most. And this is a very weird thing. It's like, if I don't have a problem with you a lot, like maybe you put your socks here, or you put your shoe here, or you
and
did
then
this,
I just pick up.
I just pick it without having an issue. Mostly, the day you listen, that is the day you realize that the one who messes up the most is the one who actually complains the most. And the one who doesn't, the one who barely has issues, he is the one who suffers. Because if I don't talk, if I don't have problems, automatically,
you're fine.
The one who talks a lot is the one who assumes the power. Mostly he's the one, or she's the one who thinks they are right about everything. And the second thing I've also noticed is that the ones who don't have problems, they are the ones who suffer the most. Because they don't voice it out. If they were to voice it out, there will be issue. There will be fire. So the day they voice out, that's when there is fire. And people are like, you see? But the truth is that if they never talk about it, I'm serious, they are always the ones who suffer the most. Sometimes they have to cry because it's almost like they are the most abused. But let us turn it around. Like I always say this, and I'm saying to all of us who think we are always having issues, let me tell you the truth. The day your spouse, okay, whether your husband or your wife, decides to also complain about the things you do, that is the day your house will break. So the fact that they don't, and that you think you are the most powerful person, and you are the ones who notice all the issues, just thank your God. Because the day they decide to talk, and I'm not saying that's a good thing to keep doing it, but I'm saying having problems a lot kills love. There is a better way to do it. Right? If you like, put it through trainings where you have training sessions where people, because it's really not because people are not good. Sometimes people just don't know. Even if they know, a lot of times their mind is on something else.
They are not even aware of it.
I'm telling you, somebody can put something here and the next thing they want to and they forget that they put it there. If you come in and say, why did you put it there? It's like, but you could just pick it up. And the truth is that if you also pick it up always without talking about it, guess what? You are always going to pick it up. So you see the dilemma there? So there is a tendency that you would think that the solution is to talk about it, which is good. Sometimes talk about it. If both of you can have matured conversation. We have a conflict resolution system in our Notion system where if we cannot talk about stuff like this,
because it involves too much emotions, we just write it down.
To write it down. But the truth of the matter is that sometimes you can't always do that. Sometimes you really just want to voice it out
in the moment.
But remember that if everybody has to voice out what they don't like, there is no peace at home, and there will be no love. So problems kill love. And having a lot of them will kill your love faster. So try not to have a lot of problems. Some of the things you don't have to. And it's because you have taken control. You think, I am the one. I'm the one who is. But think about it. All the things you have been complaining about. Do you think your spouse cannot complain about you too? Just think about it. So the day your spouse starts complaining about you, do you think both of you can stay in the house? And for some of you who think that it's okay even to use some words and keep talking and say all those things, let me tell you, the day your spouse also decides to say the same thing to you, that is the very day you lose every esteem you have inside of your small little heart. I'm telling you. So there's no point in fighting over issues. Find better way to resolve them. So we're going to talk about the last one and we'll be out of here.
I think the last thing we will share is that one thing we've noticed actually is our brain actually hates boredomness. And one way to fix it is shared new experiences. If you look at even our son Ethan, right? Look at your kids. When they do one thing, they easily get bored. Like he can be playing a game, Minecraft. He say, "Oh, Daddy, I want Minecraft. He starts playing it for like some, and then he say, "Daddy, I'm bored."
Yeah.
He wants to do something else, right? That's the same way it applies to couples or in marriage and relationships. If you do the same things, like, okay, even in the bedroom, if you do the same things.
What do you mean by the same thing? I'm not going to talk.
I don't want to go there. Come and see me in chambers, and I can, see how you can.
But if you go ahead and say your point, don't look at me. I'm not bringing the point.
The missionary of the.
Okay, now it's okay.
Then it gets to explore new things, and you can do things by new adventures. Sometimes you don't need so much money.
She doesn't mean new adventures in the bedroom.
No, not new adventures in the bedroom, but new adventures like taking vacations.
Right.
I know that money, sometimes, like we're talking about the money problem, so sometimes we don't even have the funds for it.
Yeah.
Be deliberate, the little efforts.
Yeah.
Just say, okay, this year we are going
taking a walk.
Just taking a walk, or like something new that the person, because experiences stay with us a lot. I remember my godfather, the time I was very poor when I got a scholarship, right?
Like, are you very rich now?
Oh yeah, I am. I'm getting there. But then I remember he used to take us to very nice places, and I remember in the past, Labadi Beach, when he's in Ghana, he would pay money for some of us, especially those of us that were in the university. We would stay in Labadi Beach, buy very nice clothes and things. Even we buy the swimsuits at the beach, and I'm like, all
very
this money, if you give it to me, right? And that was the sentiment for most of the people. And I remember one day he asked us a question: do you think that you having this experience or you getting this is worth it? And someone was like, oh, because we don't have money, we think you should give us the money. And he said this to us: there's nothing that can be compared to experiences.
That's true.
Money would finish, but experiences stick with you forever. That changed my mindset, because I realized that through that, most of us were coming from a very poor background. We had never, some people could not even use cutlery. But by those experiences, people even started becoming better.
Yeah.
We started, being a Labadi Beach, you see the kind of people that are sleeping over. You even now become more aware, right, of your emotions, how you are acting in public. So experiences is important. It doesn't need to be super duper expensive. It can be something small, little effort, saving towards something. One day you can just take your wife to a nice restaurant. Just sit there. It's something that the person remembers forever and ever.
And I think that the reason why I want to, challenge all of you to go watch what new experiences do to your brain.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed. New experiences just set your brain on fire.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be something more expensive. It just has to be something that you're intentional about it. Whether you're a couple or whether you're now getting to know people, like whether you're in a talking stage, just build new experiences. They will make you connect better.
Yeah.
They will make you fall in love faster. I'm serious. And if you're a couple, new experiences will change your marriage for good. Sexually, spiritually. So like you went like this, now you're coming down. Sexually, spiritually, whatever it is, like build new experiences. Go for concert, go for programs, do crazy stuff at home, do whatever you can do.
Be very sporadic.
I promise
with
you,
things.
like it could even be starting a podcast, something you've never done before.
Yeah.
You carry as and when it's okay, and you get new experiences are what your brain loves.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be sweet all the time. Sometimes it could be a scary adventure. Your brain still loves it. Sometimes you can even watch a horror movie together.
Or
go to the mountains. Do hiking,
mountain climbing,
go to the beach, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But something that makes, especially if it is a shared new experience. Doesn't mean individual experiences are good, but if it's shared, In fact, one of the best ways to create memories is to do it with someone you love. You never forget it. You would never ever forget it, and take a lot of pictures together. Anyway, this is all time will permit us. So thank you for sticking around. Make sure that you subscribe if you've not.
Please hit the button.
Go ahead and check our website, mygrowthclub.org. We have amazing tools. Some of the things that we talked about, all of them, you can find them there. Our journal, our Notion systems, and they will change your life. The new year is coming. You want to get these ones just before we are running a promo. So go get them. Use the code GROW, and that's it. GROW. and you're going to get about 10% off on Notion system. Go ahead, right this moment. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you for sticking around. And thank you for being here, my beautiful wife.
Thank you, babe.
Catch you guys another time. Bye-bye.
Bye.